Greetings everybody, Savage here with the Forex Peace Army.com. Now let's have a look on the gold market. So in general, recent performances of gold is very similar. So both are trying to break the existing support area. On the gold, you could see that recently almost reversal bar has been formed. So market slightly here is closed above these lows, but it's very close to the possible reversal session. At the same time, based on the intraday performance, based on cross-market analysis and the dollar index, we said in today's Euro video that market still holds chances on the bounce because it stands at the OP target. So if gold has not reached it yet, which is around 4380, here's some distance until the OP target, objective point. On the euro currency, this ABCD is already completed, and it's completed around the 50% support. So from that standpoint of view, it seems the technical picture on euro, it's a bit better for a pullback. But still, on the gold market, it also might happen, mostly because of the patterns that we see on the dollar index. So if you take a look in the dollar, I already showed it in today's euro currency video, but we'll show you again. You could see the market is forming on tops bearish grabbers. All of them just dropped below this area. So it means some action here is quite possible on the dollar. Gap has not been closed yet here. This market showing some reaction. If by some reasons we will see that grabbers are failing, the market is closing gap moving above the 99.55, 99.60, yes, on the gold market this probably will lead to in a normal action as it should be here with the ABCD target around 4380, around 44 support area. But for now, some theoretical chances on the bounce exist here. So on the 4 time frame chart, our idea with the butterfly works nice. As we said, let's keep an eye. Here might be kind of the butterfly action, although it a bit has been broken. So you can see that with this spike down, this has broken the normal shape because all other swings has to stay inside of the initial one. But okay, we could just use the extension instead of the butterfly shape, since we said that's probably might be pullback, and then market could start downward action. Here's, you can see what we have. 127 extension, all this stuff, stand around 44.26. And here we could get absolutely the same pattern that we discussed today in euro. If you take a look at the 30-minute chart on the gold, our hand shoulders that we considered here has not worked. So you can see market just has broken for this support area. As we said, keep an eye on if market will break the 45.30 area, then it will drop below the lows, and has happened. As on the euro currency, this once again explain why we're not taking any long position, despite that we have good patterns that might be traded. Mostly because we have bearish context, and we use these patterns only to get better prices for taking the position. We're not intending to trade them. And you can see that escape us from a lot of problems. And actually, we're just waiting for the next possible bounce. And some traders just hold bearish positions that have been taken earlier with this downward action started. Now is what we have. Here's 127 extension of this most recent hand shoulders pattern. Actually, you could see that here we have another butterfly. You have minor butterfly on the bottom. And also you could consider that here's also kind of the butterfly. It very often appears on the ruins of the hand shoulders. I would say, as a rule, it appears on hand shoulders ruins. 1618 stands around 44.13. But first, let's see what will happen here. It's my turn to the larger head and shoulders. So it might become the shoulder, head, and then it might be more significant ABCD performance before downward action will continue. Correspondingly, on the bottom, since here we have another butterfly, I just will delete it for a time. As you can see, that's also might be kind of the minor hand and shoulders to be formed that will put the starting point of the possible reaction. Once again, it is not forbidden to trade it. If you would like, you could do this, and it's not really bad chances that it will work great. But you should recognize the risks, because this pattern stands against major context, and surprises as we've got this one, this hand shoulders could repeat. With the proper risk management, it still might be traded. But since we have the major context on the bearish side, we're using these patterns only to get some great opportunities for taking position with the context. So that in particular what we could keep an eye on today. Currently, in this situation, I wouldn't hurry up with the decision making on taking the short position, because here is the bounce still might happen. If we will see that market is breaking these levels where potential reverse pattern might be formed, yes, in this case probably it will tell us that we are going down to the OP directly, because all attempts, all chances for possible reaction here on possible showing the pullback will be destroyed by the price. But until market holds there, trying to form something like this with the grabbers on the dollar index, that keep door open for a possible reaction. What reaction will be, it's difficult to say. But before thinking about taking new shorts, we need to be sure that all bullish signs that we have currently on the market will be erased and destroyed. So until this moment, market will keep the theoretical chances to show the pullback. So that I think we could keep an eye on it for today, tomorrow probably, and then see what we'll do next.